Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The brilliant single woman have Jesse Palmer upholds driving woman Joan Vassos' choice to send home leader Imprint Anderson after he showed a few warnings during their one-on-one date. Single Guy Country fans initially met and fell head over heels for Imprint when he showed up in Joey Graziadei's Lone Wolf season, since he's Joey's life partner Kelsey's father. Like Joan, who lost her significant other, John, to pancreatic disease in 2021, Imprint had lost his better half, Denise, 6.5 years sooner to bosom malignant growth. Mark joined the brilliant Lone Wolfess season 1 briefly chance at affection with Joan. Nonetheless, Joan and Imprint's relationship failed from the get-go, notwithstanding an underlying fascination. After their one-on-one date, which occurred just before main residences, Joan expressed farewell to Czech since she could see that he wasn't as yet exactly prepared to date after Denise's passing. In a meeting with EW, that's what Jesse said, in spite of the fact that he was astounded by Joan's choice to send Imprint home from the outset, he realized that it was the right one. He said, "Assuming you had let me know night one that Imprint would be sent home before main residences, I would have said you were nuts. However awesome as Imprint seems to be, I accept Joan just had more grounded associations with different men." Despite the fact that Imprint's brilliant unhitched female was stunning from the get-go, it appears to be evident that he and Joan didn't have serious areas of strength for as an association as she did with the men she decided for her old neighborhood dates. Joan is particularly further along in her relationship with Chalk Chapel, as proven by their simple discussion and science. On Imprint and Joan's one-on-one date, there were a few off-kilter hushes, and, when they talked, they were all the while holding about losing their life partners. Joan understood that Imprint wasn't as far along in that frame of mind after his better half's passing as she was after her significant others, so she needed to let him go. Be that as it may, Imprint's process probably won't be finished at this point. From when he showed up in Joey and Kelsey's season, fans were anxious to see a greater amount of him, and many thought that he may be the star of the brilliant Single Man season 2. In light of Imprint's insight on the brilliant Lone Wolfess, he may be prepared to proceed with his quest for adoration when the brilliant Single Man starts recording. Jesse's right that Joan pursued the ideal choice when it came to Czech. He's a magnificent person, however the flash just wasn't there between them. Their relationship was likely ill-fated from the beginning, with exclusive requirements from Single Guy Country. It nearly felt constrained that he showed up on the show by any stretch of the imagination. Ideally, Joan will find what she's searching for with one of her leftover 4 admirers who'll now take her to meet their families, including Chalk, fellow Gansert, Pascal Ibgui, and Jordan Heller. In spite of the fact that it was miserable to see Imprint leave the brilliant single girl, it was best for everybody. Joan realized common decency for her, and she depended on her instinct, despite the fact that there was such a lot of tension for her to check a relationship with Imprint out. It'll be exceptionally captivating to see what Imprint's following stage will be in his excursion to track down adoration. The brilliant single woman fans are asking for Joan Vassos rejects as she is down to only 4 men. She initially had 24, however, as main residences approach, she has left numerous devastated. That being said, there are a great deal of watchers who are eager to get the messed up pieces. Continue to peruse for additional subtleties. Brilliant Lone Wolfess fans ask for Joan Vassos rejects. It is the debut time of the brilliant Lone Wolfess, and nobody knew what's in store. Joan Vassos, who initially showed up on the brilliant Unhitched Male, was picked as the lead. She needed to pass on from the get-go in Jerry's season to accompany her loved ones. Consequently, she didn't have a fair chance regardless of having an incredible association with Jerry. He wound up wedding Teresa Nist, yet that endured only 3 months, so how should this form be any better? 24 men from varying backgrounds came to the house, competing for Joan's heart. They were all unique, yet Joan said she cherished them no different either way. She was dazzled with their histories and that they were all family men. On night 1, the families sent in recordings, let their fathers know the amount they cherished and missed them, not a dry eye in the house. Moreover, the candidates turned out to be staggeringly close with each other. They grouped together when Chalk Chapel's mom, Jill, died, notwithstanding him being a leader. Presently, with just 4 men remaining, fans have a ton to say regarding the men Joan's past. Mark Anderson, Jonathan Roan, and Charles Ling were fan top choices. To such an extent that they have been mentioned to be the following brilliant lone wolf. Presently, a Reddit string has been begun with the overpowered requesting all of Joan Vassos rejects. Obviously, they had a not many that could remain behind. I'll take practically Joan's oddballs. Actually all with the exception of the caterer and Pascal. Really awful. I'm essentially something contrary to her looks-wise, rolling on the floor laughing. In this way, Jack Lencioni and Pascal Ibgui were the 2 that were out, however that passes on a decent lump of men to browse. Available for whoever gets there first. In the wake of seeing this, what were the contemplations of other brilliant lone wolfess fans? Did they likewise need Joan Vassos oddballs, and provided that this is true, which ones? My top picks would be Dan, so cracking cute, Gary, his giggle is so irresistible, and Mark, such a sweet soul. Truly, any of the folks on the show would beat the duds in my town tired face. I would take the pieces. BC they ought not be pieces. Or on the other hand dismisses haha, she cherished the teddy bears at first, then poof they were no more. I'll take Jonathan, woman raising hand, light skin tone, or Jordan or Dan. Many cherished Dan, yet were not for Pascal. They didn't think he was a troublemaker, yet he was extremely high support for any of them. Eventually, the men, the individuals who have been dispensed with those still there, similar to Jordan Heller, were astonishing choices. Eventually, the 23 that are left behind have a plenty of choices and will effectively be reserved with dates for quite a long time. Do you track down any of Joan's rejects? Engaging? Tell us and watch the Brilliant Single Woman Thursdays on ABC. The Brilliant Single Woman fans are pummeling the show for moving excessively quick. They are dazed that episode 6 will air on Wednesday, October 23rd, and with that, comes Old Neighborhood visits. However, is the season truly moving as quick as watchers suspect, or does it simply have that impression? Continue to peruse for additional subtleties. The Brilliant Single Woman fans hammer show for moving excessively quick. Single Man Country fans were excited when the series declared its very first The Brilliant Lone Wolfess. This came closely following The Brilliant Lone Ranger, which unfortunately was a legendary faceplant. Jerry Turner wedded Teresa Nist, however, their marriage finished following 3 months. He had serious areas of strength for aid to Joan Vassos, however she selected to leave to accompany her loved ones. Might she at some point have wound up with Jerry? That is hazy, yet he and Teresa tied the bunch on TV. At the point when it came to the Lone Ranger's form, Joan was an incredible decision. She had passed up her opportunity at affection as she left early, so this was ideally suited for her. 24 admirers were prepared to make her fantasies work out. They welcomed her at the house, and it was clear she made them flabbergasted decisions. In any case, Joan was not exactly prepared for what was coming her direction. She lost her significant other of north of 30 years in 2021. Thus, in numerous ways and felt that she was undermining him, yet Joan has manufactured on and presently, it is nearly Old Neighborhood week. Nonetheless, is the show going excessively quick? Fans took to Reddit as they suspect the Brilliant Lone Wolfess is going by in a matter of seconds. The overpowered recommended that the sped-up speed is the motivation behind why Joan Vassos still can't seem to track down adoration. Sneak peeks for main residences. No big surprise Joan isn't enamored at this point. This season is excessively quick. They added that the fans have not even gotten an opportunity to succumb to the men, so how might Joan? How can she actually get to know men before main residences? She ought to be damn close to an adoration, with some of them going into main residences. Length of seasons. The single guy seasons are not ordinarily lengthy, around 11 episodes. Thusly, Joan Vassos being at the last 4 and Old Neighborhood episodes so before long isn't out of the domain. It will be episode 6, and this is just the principal time of the Brilliant Single Woman. Thus, the organization is as yet trying things out, checking whether this is the kind of thing watchers need to watch. Presently, did different devotees suppose it was going by excessively quick, or would they say they were content with the speed? I plan to say it seems like going on one-on-one date and afterward a modest bunch of gathering dates wouldn't be enough for somebody to need to get ready for marriage. Totally concur. She's not really invested any energy with any of the contenders. Definitely, this season is going excessively quick. I'm not certain why they didn't request a couple of additional episodes. They generally felt that it was difficult to truly get to know these folks when the one-on-one dates were uncommon, however, the gathering dates were copious. However, seeing the men associate was definitely justified. Do you concur that it went excessively quick, or would you say you are blissful with no guarantees? Tell us, and watch the brilliant Unhitched Female Wednesdays on ABC and Gushing on Hulu.